Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9 Volt Games, and today I want to talk about this Super Mario Wonder. So I have a weird relationship with this game. All right, I have the brightness locked on my phone every time. So I have a weird relationship with this game. I bought it when it came out, and I played it with my kids, and I was just like, man, I got the same feeling as I did with like New Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Wii U, Super Mario Brothers Wii U Deluxe. Those games are all fine and dandy because I've said in previous videos on this channel, you can't really fail with Mario. Mario will always have that baseline of it's fun to play, especially if playing it with other people. Exact opposite for me. I was playing this game and I was playing it with my children, and then I was just like, this is the same old shit. I don't want to play it. And then my kids didn't even want to play it because I think they only played it because Dad asked them to. So, my oldest son, he plays everything. A little better version of me because he actually completes everything that he plays. But he played it, and he told me like a couple months later, he was like, yeah, it was all right. I was like, yeah, I got that feeling too. That's why I didn't even finish it. And it was the only Mario game I didn't finish. We own every Mario game except for any of the CDI shit. So I played every Mario game, and this was the only one I didn't finish. So for some reason, I thought there was an update to put it like the Switch 2 version. There is. You got to pay for it because Nintendo, and yeah, it was hard enough to get a physical copy. I know, I know. They're not my favorite right now, but I can't deny that their games are good, so I'm in a tough position, right? So anyways, I went to go and download the Switch 2 update, and I was like, fuck this, I'm not going to pay for it. I'm just going to wait till they repackage it as something else, and then maybe I'll buy it again. I'll most likely buy it again, because like I said, we have every Mario game. Even the re-releases. So I decided against it, and then I was like, you know what? I was like 30% through the game. I was like, let's just finish it. And when I played it by myself, I got the same feeling that I got. This is going to be extremely unpopular. I got the same feeling that I got from playing Super Mario Brothers 3 when I was a kid. And I got the same feeling I get because I play Super Mario Brothers 3 almost, I'd say about annually. Maybe I'll offset by a few months. But I play Super Mario Brothers in its entirety and Super Mario World in its entirety once a year. And I actually got in trouble on Twitch because you're losing it, Craig. Okay. Anyways, I got the same feeling. And it's not so much like, hey, this is going to remind you of Super Mario Brothers 3. It was more of the... I didn't go, when I was a kid, I didn't go from Super Mario Brothers 1 to 2 to 3. I actually went from 1 to 3. Because when I was little, before I was adopted, we didn't have 2. I only got to like play 2 when I went to my cousin's house, and my cousins were bigger than me, so I didn't get to play at all. But so when we went from Super Mario Brothers 1 to 3, and then I went back and played 2. Obviously, when I got older, when I was adopted, they had Mario Brothers 2, so I played it then. And obviously, being a little kid in America at that time, I didn't know that that wasn't the original Mario 2. So to me, I was like, oh my God, like, each of these games are different, right? And they were. And then you went to Super Mario World, and it was different. It was a little bit different from 3, and then bigger. The original version was going to be very much like 3, if you know the history of Super Mario World, and they had to change it. But, it had that new, fresh feeling. And I didn't get that with New Super Mario Brothers, on the Wii. I didn't get that with the handheld ones. Even I loved Super Mario 3D Land, but it really did, to me, feel like a 3D version of 3. And I think that has more to do with the aesthetics. Having the raccoon leaf didn't help either. But that felt like not like the same game. Obviously, the map was completely different. The whole layout of the game was completely different. But it felt like more of a fan service game than something fresh and new. And then I was one of the people that bought Wii U at launch, and I was massively actually disappointed by Super Mario Wii U. And then when they re-released the deluxe edition, that's when I went back and I played it again, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. It was fun to play with my kids, so it was a good fun family game. But it just didn't have that. I was like, I'm getting bored, and that bums me out because I have a Mario tattoo on my body, and I was getting bored of it. And then 3D World came out, and I think anyone who's from this channel, you know, that's my favorite 3D Mario game, still to this day. I always bounce between Galaxy 2 and 3D World, but ultimately 3D World is my favorite of the 3D games. And because of the stagnation that, starting with the Wii, just the regular Mario games or Mario Brothers games have gotten, I would always tell people that my favorite 2D Mario game was 3. And right now it's a tie, because when I started playing this, everything felt fresh. It's not a perfect game. There's some things I didn't like about it. Actually, I will say this. At first, I didn't like the flowers talking to you when you went by, at all. And the further I got into the game, because I want 100% these games, the further I got into the game, the more appreciative I was of the flowers, especially if it was something that was hidden and I wasn't finding it, and I was playing through a level like a couple times. There's a couple fucking secrets in here that are ridiculously hard to find. And you can hear a flower yelling like Yoo-hoo if you're close. So it's kind of like adds a little game of Marco Polo in there. But it was annoying because they also do tutorial. You know, go this way, blah, blah, blah. And that part I was like, all right, shut the fuck up. And by the end of it, it was just like so incorporated in the game that I didn't mind it. And like I said, there was a couple times it was helpful. But if you're already doing the thing that they're going to tell you to do, it's really easy to ignore. Or in some cases when they're like, oh, go this way. And I'm like, yeah, it's an encouragement. So I want to say I ended up liking it. It's a feature that if was never in another Mario game, I wouldn't miss. It's not like Dragon Shouts and Elder Scrolls where it's like you got to have something or the equivalent now forever. But yeah, this game had so much wacky shit, and it was like the thing that you can tell there was fresh takes. So, you know, I don't know when Miyamoto actually stopped having a creative hand in Mario. I don't know if it was after Mario 64 or what. But whoever the new people were that were taking Mario in directions were like, after Sunshine, I'd say they kind of just were like, let's be safe. And I guess nowadays, if they released like new Super Mario Brothers, it would have been like an AI made this game, because it was just so generic. This one had something different in every world. I know every world has its theme. You got your ice world, your desert land, your desert land. They have those now. You know, and it's go here to here. The background's different, and the enemies might change slightly depending on which game you're playing. But all in all, it's the same template. The worlds in this game were alive, and it was nice to see like Mario put the initiative to like they utilized the technology instead of we're just gonna make a solid Mario game. Like we're gonna do some wacky shit, and because of that, with the fresh perspectives, it makes it seem like this is Mario on like one of the best acid trips of all time. And I'm here for it. And what made the original games great is that like Miyamoto based his games off of his like childhood adventures and shit, right? So he had that wonder in him, I guess, at the time that made the original one so great. And it feels like this feels like one of those. Like you can tell a lot of soul was put into this game, and they tried. So I wouldn't say it's my favorite of the 2D Mario games, but it's definitely up there. It may be a tie. I beat this game 2 weeks ago, and I waited 2 weeks to tell you because I get scared when we have we have like things that are just mediocre, and then something's a little bit better, and then it gets that praise showered on it, like, oh my god, it's leaps and bounds better than everything else. When in reality, it's just good. It's not an all-time, greatest game of all time, but it was redundant. But yeah, so Super Mario Wonder is great. It's definitely better than, I'd say, what we've gotten from Mario side-scrolling games since 2006. When, I don't know, when the new Super Mario was, 2007, something like that. So yeah, I think we have a winner here. And what's sad about it is, I feel like a lot of people, at least from what I remember, or maybe the algorithm is just feeding me like-minded people, but I feel like not a lot of people enjoyed this as much, like people, not critics, and blah blah blah, that I personally know. Or, like I said, since 2006, we've had mediocre stuff come out to the point where people just don't care anymore. I think Mario gets a pass because it's never been as bad as Sonic. And that's not fair, but whatever. Thank you guys for watching. Mario Wonder is great. It gets my stamp of approval, whatever the fuck that means to you. Have a good one.